Kunu, South Africa, a small rural village that produced a man many call the country's greatest leader. This is where Nelson Mandela spent his childhood, being groomed to be far more than just an average man. But it was here, in Johannesburg, where Nelson Mandela truly began to emerge as a legal brain and a political leader. After leaving Kunu, he came here and joined the African National Congress, or the ANC. In 1952, he opened the country's first black law firm with activist Oliver Tambo, calling it a first choice and last resort for black South Africans seeking to challenge the injustices of the apartheid system. Now currently I'm heading to a building which housed those legal offices. It's recently been restored as kind of a landmark for the city, because I'm going to meet a man who helped Nelson Mandela navigate the legal waters of apartheid South Africa. Now this is very special because I'm meeting George Bezos. He's a man who supported Nelson Mandela when he came to Johannesburg, but he also defended him during the infamous Rivonia trial. And here he is. George Errol, pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you and welcome.
Thanks for making time for us. I'm wondering how it feels for you to be standing outside the old offices of Mandela and Tembo.
Yes, well, my mind goes back to the early 50s when I was a young lawyer. So was Nelson Mandela and Oliver Tambo. I was a fellow student of Nelson Mandela's at Wits University, where we became friends. I was an advocate. South Africa has two legal professions, the advocates and the attorneys, and I did a lot of work with Nelson Mandela and Oliver Tambo as a young advocate. They were very, very busy. They couldn't do all the work, and I did innumerable cases for the partnership. We are on the corner directly opposite the main entrance of the Magistrates' Court, which has, for some reason or other, been closed down. But we have agreed now that there has been rebuilding and refurbishment of the place for it to be opened, so that people going into the court and out of the court and lawyers going in and out will be able to have direct access to the building.
There are so many chapters to this part of history, the Defiance campaign, the treason trial, but tell me about the Rivonia trial where you represented Nelson Mandela. In what way was it different?
What they did in the treason trial and what we did in the Rivonia trial is to use the court as a platform unashamedly in order to tell the world at large, and particularly the people that were attracted from all over the world to watch the Rivonia trial, where we as a team of lawyers, and of course Nelson Mandela himself was a lawyer and accused number one, said, yes, we did adopt violence as a political weapon, but careful that there should be no loss of life, but directed primarily to the symbols of apartheid. But right at the plea stage, when Nelson Mandela was asked, are you guilty or not guilty? His answer was, I should not be in the dock, the government should be in the dock. They are responsible for the sorry state that the country is in. I plead guilty.
Nelson Mandela was sentenced to life in prison. What was your reaction to that?
I was fortunate, perhaps, to be appointed by him as his lawyer to the prison authorities, and I visited him regularly. You needed the permission of the prison authorities to go. But I must say this, that Nelson's wife, Winnie, was very inventive about finding reasons for me to go and visit her husband in jail.
Is that right? What did she come up with?
So, you know, the children at school have got to take a choice of what subjects they're going to do. He is the father, he is the guardian. I can't decide for them what they must do. Our lawyer, George Bezos, has got to go and visit. Nelson Mandela actually continued the struggle in jail. He was the leading political prisoner. And I'll tell you an anecdote. With my first visit in August 1964, he was brought by no less than 8 warders to the consulting room. 2 in front, 2 the back, 2 on either side. I snaked myself past the front 2, and I embraced him and he embraced me. He wanted to know how Winnie and the children were. And then he turned around and he said, you know, Giorgio, I haven't been here for so long, but this place, it has made me forget my manners. I haven't introduced you to my guard of honor. You know,
To all of his guards watching him.
to all his guards watching him. And as time went on, he actually even earned the respect of his jailers. They had problems. He discussed it. It was a law.
Wow.
You know, and he learned Afrikaans, and he knew that the Afrikaners were the conservatives. They were the people that were drank deep into the cup of apartheid and the fear of the black man. And he was busy assuring everybody that white people have got nothing to fear by giving fundamental political rights to the black people.
There's Mr. Mandela, Mr. Nelson Mandela, a free man taking his first steps into a new South Africa.